Good morning, my name is Michael C. Bungay, and here I am presenting the pitch for my horror film project, which is called Cyber-Stalker. The idea is a short horror film for... Fright Fest. As it is called for Cyber-Stalker. It will run for at least 5 minutes. The plot of the film is based on a character in his mid-teens named Frankie, who is targeted by the Cyber-Stalker who drags him into his laptop. The primary audience is horror fans aged 16 and up. According to my primary research, my target audience are mostly males aged between 16 and 50. The secondary audience are pre-teens and the families and friends of the primary audience, as the film will be shown at Fright Fest and online. It is intended to appeal to pre-teens in order to achieve a 12A certificate. The film contains suspense, threat, jump scares, and an antagonist against a vulnerable protagonist. The unique selling point for this film is I'm going to shoot it with no dialogue to increase the tension. This will increase the senses of sight of the target audience, especially when it comes to the jump scare. Having researched the codes and conventions of the horror genre, including these within the film, I'm not going to show any blood. The inspiration for there being no dialogue is the film Paranormal Activity. The required resources are a Canon XF100 camera, a Zoom H4n recorder for recording my voice of the Cyber-Stalker in James's version, and a black balaclava and a hoodie for the Cyber-Stalker's costume, and of course a tripod. The reason for this is the Cyber-Stalker is dressed in a familiar and identifiable way to the target audience, and he needs to be as dark and shadowy as possible. We have a contract signed by ourselves and James's father, Roger Ackerman, outlining roles and responsibilities for the production of this film. Auditions have been organised to find the right male actor to play the part of Frankie, starting May 6th, 2016. We do not have a budget, as we have all the required resources in our possession. We have 3 bus passes as a means of transportation. We are filming at James's home in Stevenage and in the Oaklands College Media Studio to film the climax, as this scene requires a green screen, so we need more space. Once we have completed all pre-production, we will start filming on May the 16th. We aim to finish by May 17th. We will start editing on May the 18th and finish May 20th, ready for screening on June 6th. Thank you very much for listening.
And what's your role in this, Michael?
I'm providing the voice of a Cyber-Stalker, and I'm also co-directing and the cinematographer.
Okay, so you're going to be using the camera.
So I'm going to be the one using the camera.
And what are you going to do? I mean, presumably in your edit you're going to have the same shot for hand coming out the laptop screen.
Yes.
Okay, it's cool. Really like it. Love the idea. What I'm concerned about is that it will be difficult to pull that off well. When are you going to practice doing that? What are you going to do if you can't do it? What's your contingency plan? The twist at the end is this guy coming out of the laptop and grabbing him. So in a way, your film is kind of reliant upon you achieving this very special effect. What are you going to do if you can't do it? What are you going to do if you try to do it and it fails?
Luckily, I can always. Sorry.
What are you going to do if it fails?
I'm prepared to suggest alternatives to come up with alternatives for a climax, and which I have been trying to do because I've had my doubts about the whole hand coming out of the laptop thing since the moment it was first mentioned.
Yeah, I think that you'd be very wise to do that. To come up with
I think
an alternative
thinking-
ending. Yeah.
yes, I mean my idea is we see the Cyber-Stalker on the screen, but we don't actually see Frankie being pulled in. Maybe we just hear. My idea is an off-screen killing. Maybe we just hear a scream from off-screen.
So the Cyber-Stalker is an entity, right? It's got to drag him into the screen, the TV screen.
Computer screen.
Computer screen. Yeah, I think it's a really good idea, but I think you're wise. Alternative ending.
We've got to be prepared to think of an alternative.
Yeah, I would script to endings, film an alternative, a very, very simple alternative ending that you can do technically, but also push the boat out and try and get that hand coming out the laptop screen. It can be done. It can be done. It's not too difficult. You know, it's not beyond. I don't think it's beyond you, but it is. It would require After Effects. You wouldn't be able to do it properly in Premiere Pro. You would be required to do that particular effect in After Effects. If you, to make it look good. But there are tutorials that you can use to achieve that, and I'll recommend them. I'm happy to help you, and you can do some research and some test shots and stuff in that area. Yeah? Cool, thanks Michael, well done.
Yeah.